Alright you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here with one of my golf sisters, one of the Shee sisters, Isabelle Shee.
Hello.
And today we are shooting another episode of I Call the Shots. And this time I have Isabelle with me. We're actually here at Madeiras Golf Club. As you can see, this is hole number 4. And I'm going to name the shot that she should hit right before she hits her downswing. And if she makes the shot that I call, then she can ask me a burning question. And then if she doesn't achieve the shot, then I'll ask her a burning question. So we have some interesting questions here. So whoever answers it, it's gonna be pretty spicy. So let's get to it. Okay, so just like I said, I'm going to name a shot, whether it's a draw, fade, punch, straight, whatever it is, hook, and if is able to achieve it, and I'm going to call it right when she's at the top of her swing and she gets it, then she gets to ask me a question. So we have the first shot going right here. When you're ready, is straight.
Oh wow.
I think
That's pretty straight.
that was pretty straight.
Actually.
Yep. I think that's pretty straight.
Alright, so I get to ask you a question
Yeah.
now? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I wasn't expecting. I mean, that was a pretty
Alright.
easy one, but you know. Okay.
So Tish, tell us about your first kissing experience with a woman.
I was like, wait,
Wait a minute.
Okay, so there has been like a random time in high school, but I'm not really sure that counts because it was like with a friend and like kids are dumb, so you know. But like even that was like kind of exciting. But like my first real one, I will say, when I had it, my first reaction was like, wow, okay, like this is how it should feel. Like so much butterflies. I felt like it was right, and like nothing against guys, but like from the guys I've kissed in my life, it's always been pretty like messy, and you know, and then girls are just quite like dainty and soft. I feel like you know what another girl wants, so that's kind of like the impression. It was certainly like a lot less like invasive. So yeah, that's my experience. I really wasn't ready for that question to start with, but here we are.
Yeah.
Okay,
so hit straight.
okay, so next shot, here we go. Punch.
Meep.
I think that was my version of a punch.
How did it
That was really high.
That's a really high punch. What do you have, a 6 iron?
I have a 7 iron.
A 7 iron? I don't know.
That is up for
What do
debate.
you think, Kat? I don't really feel like, I feel like that wasn't a punch. Well, I guess punch is defined differently. I should have said stinger. So I'll give you that.
Okay,
I'll give you a punch because you did punch it,
Yeah.
but it just went high.
Yeah. Okay, Tish. What is your biggest insecurity?
Biggest
Like
insecurity.
physical.
Physical, okay. I got a few. I mean, I think relatively, I think I very much come off strong and confident, and like I generally am, but I really dislike that I have knee knockers.
What's that?
I always like them. Your thigh
What's a knee
gap.
knocker?
So like, okay, so this is what knee knockers are. I just wish my legs were straight, and like no matter how like buff I get my thighs, my knees will always knock like this, and sometimes when I walk I like hit myself, and like I physically have to really struggle to put my feet together. Like I prefer bow-legged over knee knocked. I don't think it looks nice. I mean, yeah, it gives you a thigh gap. I guess I didn't think about that, but I like really hate it. And like along with the knee knockers, I have like extreme, I'm really just going into depth here about my insecurities. I hate that I'm losing my own game right now. I'm extremely flat-footed, and that paired with knee knockers just looks like a literal duck. Like I'm literally just like high-fiving the ground. You know, like when you go in the pool
Yeah.
and like your feet get wet and you walk, and you know people with cute feet have like a little like mark, a cute mark,
like the
yeah, it looks like a
front
little,
and then the heel.
yeah, and then they like put the little dots. Mine's like it's like slapping the ground. It's just
my
straight
God.
like a duck has walked past. And
Well, I guess I would say we've never gone swimming together, really.
that's
So.
because we can't swim. Anyways,
Do you sing?
Yes, I do sing. I don't, even though I have flippers for feet.
Yeah.
I don't know
Oh
what
my
I'm
God.
doing.
So how about this? I'll trade you. I'll tell you something that
Okay.
I'm insecure about that people love, and it's actually my legs. So I've always had eczema, like really bad eczema. So my bad like urges, like I scratch a lot, especially when it gets dry during winter. And I have actually a lot of scars on my legs. Like they actually come out quite a lot. And then that's why a lot of times I wear you know, long pants, or that's one of the reasons why sometimes I would wear long socks.
Yeah.
But
I never even noticed.
Yeah.
But like,
but then, you know, people are like, oh my god, you have like the most beautiful legs ever, and I love your legs. I'm like, thank you.
but so it's not even like the length of your legs. It's just like you don't like the scars on your legs.
Yeah. If I'm feeling stressed, like I usually will have like scars on my legs. So.
I certainly have never noticed that. I have always thought like, you know, you have long legs, like that's beautiful. You're so tall, and like both you and your sister are so tall. So yeah, I guess just like one of those things like where we don't
like only you.
Yeah,
really
only
see
we.
it, I guess.
Yeah, like I would never say that about you. I would have never thought like, oh my gosh, she has a, you know. So I would hope you wouldn't be like, oh my god, Tisha's feet is so flat.
Those knee knockers, man.
Okay. All right, when you're ready, third shot. Hook.
It's a draw, which is basically a hook for me.
I feel like that was like straight, and then the ball spun. It just like landed like this. Like I wouldn't even call it that. Okay, I think I won that one. Here's the question. So, tell me something that you did in high school, but you were too afraid to tell your parents. Because we've all been there. Yeah. Let's do it.
Covered for her.
So, this is probably not as like crazy as it sounds, but it was a big deal at the time. I had told my parents that I was going to a friend's house, but it was back then when there was no Uber, and so I was dropped off at the friend's house, and we had a house party that we were gonna go to, but the person had said, oh, it's only like 2 minutes away, but really it was like 2 minutes by like speeding there, and it was actually like 2 hours to walk.
Oh.
Like, we're gonna go, like, we're gonna go. So we ended up walking like 2 hours, like on like the street of the dark road of Diamond Bar, and we got there eventually. And yeah, that's probably the one thing that my mom would not be okay with me walking 2 hours.
So did you just get there and then just go back home?
Yeah,
like, was it over?
yeah, and it was over by the time we got there. But we were so determined, and yeah, I mean, if there were Uber back then, you know, we wouldn't have that issue, and there would be no story, no like pointless story.
Okay.
Anyways.
All right. So that's not as crazy as I thought, but that does suck that you did that you did walk that much. All right. Let's do one more shot here, and one more question. Ready? Last shot. Stinger.
A stinger?
She thinned it, but
I'm a results person.
I feel like you didn't get it technically.
Okay.
All right, so for your last question, my question is, who do you think you're more like, your mom or your dad, and why?
So I would definitely say in physical appearance, I'm more similar to my dad, because my dad is 6 foot and my mom is 5'2". And he's definitely more slender, and like that's my body build. But in terms of like personality, I would definitely say it's my mom. I'm probably almost like a clone of her in some sense, because I don't know why. Maybe it's like as the firstborn, like you just naturally like really like vibe with your mom. And one of the key things with her is that she is so big on customer service. Like she's the nicest lady that you will ever meet, but the second that you are on the other side of the table in terms of having her as a customer, she will like flip out. So for example, there was this one time we were at EVA for the airlines, and then she was flying business class, but the Kat and I were really young. We were like 7 and like 4, and to this day we still remember it because we went in and she basically had us to go into the business lounge, but we like didn't have a pass, and then so she was just asking the guy, you know, like, would it be okay if I brought my little kids and I can pay? And then the way he said it, now looking back, and because I'm so similar to my mom, like I would get upset at the moment too, but he basically just said, well, you're already here, like what am I gonna do? And that was it, right? So what she did is she took the two of us, brought us into the chair, and she disappeared. And then we're like, where did she go? We're like, okay, whatever, there's so much food, so like we're just like eating and eating and eating, and then suddenly we hear like shouting like on the other side of the wall. So I like ran over and I like peeked over, and I'm like, who is it? Because I heard my mom's voice, and then she was literally like flipping out, like, and like they were fighting, and then she went to this clerk and was like, you know that old man that just checked me in? Who is he? Like, I want to speak to your manager. And then he came out and he said,
wait, you're on a plane right now?
We're in the
lounge.
lounge right
Oh,
at the airport.
okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, you're on a plane.
Yeah. And then he says, I'm the manager. Like, what can I do for you? And she says, I want an apology from you right now. He's like, why? I didn't do anything. I let you in. Right? She's like, I don't care about the weight limit. And then they went back and forth for like 15 minutes. And then at the very end, she said, I don't want your service. I just want an apology. You give me apologies, I will walk out right now. And he had to apologize. And then so she came back. It was so funny because like during the entire time, the whole lounge, it was filled with people. It was like dead silent. They're just like listening. I'm like, oh, sorry, what's going on? And then she came in and literally there was like 2 people that were like right next to us on the other tables, and then she walked in, and then you can imagine it, right? It's like everyone's looking at her, and then the 2 people, they literally just got up for her. Like, you can have that seat.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
scary.
there's been like several times that, you know, same for me, like I'm like the nicest person ever, but then if like my blood boils like really during customer service, and if people just like don't respect you, especially if like it's your job. And I think I'm just really big on customer service in the sense that, you know, if you are taking my money or I'm taking your money, like I do need to do everything to make you happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well.
Yeah.
Well, I've never seen this side of you, which is great. I've never seen this side of your mom either.
Yeah,
But
you almost can't imagine.
yeah,
it.
I know. I don't think I could imagine your mom like that.
Yeah.
But I guess you learned something new.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do not get on Iz's bad side, and always provide good customer service, especially if she pays you for a service. So that's a lesson learned here. Alright, you guys, and that's it for my second episode of I Call the Shots featuring Isabelle Shee. You can head to the caption below to give the Shee sisters a follow. They are the best, and we are also best friends, so it's always really great to have her. If you like what you see and the questions that we asked each other, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications button so you don't miss a beat. Bye!